Okay, magandang araw muli sa inyong lahat. Welcome sa ating channel, Sir Lopez Vlog. Sa araw na ito ay isa na namang self-evaluation ang ating gagawin dito sa subject na Fire Protection and Arson Investigation. Sakop na ito ng new curriculum in relation to the upcoming board examination this December 2022. Isang avenue na rin ito para paghandaan ang nasabing examination at subukan ng inyong sarili kung hanggang saan ang abot ng inyong mga makakaya. Alright, so mayroon tayong 25 katanungan. Okay, so ang kasagutan nito ay makikita later on dito sa ating description box. Okay, so kung nahanda na tayo, let's start to question number 1. It is an energy produced through movement of molecules by friction. A. Radiation. B. Convection. C. Heat. Or letter D. Light. It is an energy produced through movement of molecules by friction. A. Radiation. B. Convection. C. Heat. Or letter D. Light. Number 2. What is usually used to measure the degree of thermal agitation of molecules? A. Temperature. B. Thermometer. C. Electrometer. Or letter D. Computer. Number 3. Source of heat except A. Open flame. B. Friction. C. Electrical circuit. Or letter D. Mats. Number 4. General categories of heat energy results from chemical reactions such as number 1, heat of decomposition, and another correction, number 2 sana ito, heat of solution. Okay, heat of decomposition and heat of solution. Is it letter A, chemical energy? Letter B, mechanical energy. Letter C, solar energy. Or letter D, nuclear energy. Number 5. What kind of heat energy is resulting from friction and compression? A. Chemical energy. B. Mechanical energy. C. Solar energy. Or letter D, nuclear energy. Next, number 6. When heat is transferred through solid materials, this is called letter A, conduction. B, convection. C, radiation. Or letter D, flame contact. Number 7. Class A fire is letter A, ordinary combustible materials. Letter B, liquid or gas state fuel. Letter C, electrical or energized fuel. Or letter D, metallic fire. Number 8. When heat is transferred by air motion, this is called letter A, conduction. B, convection. Letter C, radiation. Or letter D, flame contact. Number 9. Any materials or substances capable of burning can be considered A, fuel. B, liquid. C, gas. Or letter D, LPG. Number 10. Threats to fire safety, which may include a situation that increases the likelihood of a fire or may impede escape in the event a fire occurs. A, fire trap. B, fire hazard. C, fire exit. Or letter D, fire hydrant. 11. the temperature of which a material is not hot enough to keep burning but still give off enough vapors to cause a flame to flash across the surface. A. Flash point. B. Fire point. C. Boiling point. Or letter D. Kindling point. Number 12. This is referring to the weight of a volume of pure gas composed to the volume of water. A. Specific gravity. B. Vapor pressure. C. Vapor density. Or letter D. None of them. Number 13. The sudden and rapid or violent burning of heated glasses in a confined area that occurs in the form of explosion. A. Flashover. B. Bite back. C. Flash fire. Or letter D. Backdraft. Number 14. The rising movement or pattern of the fire. This is the normal behavior when the fire is undisturbed. A. Thermal balance. B. Thermal imbalance. Letter C. Specific gravity. Or letter D. Vapor pressure. Number 15. Set of practices intended to produce the destruction caused by fire. A. Fire hazard. B. Fire trap. C. Fire education. Or letter D. Fire safety. 16. With proper fire safety habits and a place designed to minimize the spread of fire, you have little of chance of surviving this strategy or this tragedy, I should say. Okay? Letter A, true. B, false. C, may be true. Or letter D, may be false. Okay? You have little of chance of surviving this tragedy. Okay? Proper fire safety habits. Is it true, false, maybe true, or maybe false? Number 17. This pertains to the malicious burning of property. A. Accidental. B. Incendiarism. C. Pyromania. Or letter D. Sabotage. Number 18. Where you are going to start when conducting the fire scene investigation to determine the origin of fire. A. Start with the exterior and proceed to the interior of the building. Letter B. Start with the interior and proceed to the exterior of the building. Letter C. Start in the kitchen of the building. Or letter D. Start in the living room of the building. 19. To know the origin of fire, look for a definite fire pattern. A normal pattern is letter A, upward and outward in a V shape. Letter B, downward and inward in a V shape. Letter C, upward and outward in a C shape. Or letter D, upward and outward in a W shape. Number 20. What is the instrument used to open and close a fire hydrant? A. Hydrant D. B. Fire hose. C. Keyboard. Or letter D. Jumper. 21. What equipment is made of truss or solid beam where rungs are connected horizontally to the beam, forming ascent or descent. A. Rope, B. Ladder, C. Hydrant, or D. Nozzle. Okay, 22. Conduction is heat transfer through letter A. Electromagnetic waves, B. Air motion, C. Smoke, or letter D. Solid materials. 23. What are the cross members between the beam and used in climbing the ladder called? A. Hangar, B. Rungs, C. Beams, or letter D. Braces. 24. What is an act which removes or neutralizes a fire hazard? A. Distillation, B. Abatement, C. Allotment, or letter D. Combustion. 25. Before attacking a fire in a closed building, it is necessary to determine whether ventilating is necessary, and if so, the method of ventilating, which is of least value, making such a decision. A. Observing density of smoke through windows. Letter B. Observing the points of which or at which smoke may be oozing out from the building. Letter C. Feeling walls and roofs for hot spots, or letter B. Observing the color of the smoke. Alright, so hanggang dito na lamang ang ating self-evaluation sa subject nito. Good luck, i-check nyo na ang inyong papel gamit ang keto correction na makikita sa ating description box. Alright, so hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat. See you again next meeting.